Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be starting on this project that I've had sitting in my garage for a little bit. It is a 1978, I believe, John Deere riding mower. I was planning on turning this into a drift mower, but just got busy with school, but now I'm starting back on it. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so when I first got this John Deere, I was planning on using the original motor. But after looking into the original motor, and after taking the flywheel off, I realized that the part that was used to get spark was utterly demolished. It was in pieces, it wasn't even on the engine block, it was just free floating and just got overall damaged when I started to try it up, threw a battery in there and didn't really work. And also the engine is powerful, but it's not as powerful as I want it to be. Even though, don't get me wrong, it's a big engine, it just needs something else. So today in this video, since I will be doing this in multiple parts because this will be a long process to do this, I will be taking this engine out and I'll be replacing it with a Predator 212cc engine, and I'll be putting race performance parts on that. But first, let's start. I've already started unbolting majority of the motor. I just gotta take off the front end, and yeah, and then just take out the whole motor, and then start working on the next one. So let's go ahead and start with that. Okay, we got the hood off. It was a little hard because a lot of the bolts were rusted on, but got that off. And now let's just try to take off all the belts on each side off, and on the other side, so we can easily pull it out. All right. When I had this, when I first got it, the CV going from the engine to the belt, the deck already was off, so now all we gotta do is just slide this piece off. Just be easy. It should just be easy coming out. Ooh. Okay, that's off. And now it should just be pulling the engine out. problem. I thought it would be a little bit easier just to take the engine off of the plate because the bolts were easier to access, but that is not the case. So we're gonna have to take these 4 bolts that are attaching the engine to this little plate right here, and then it should easily just pop right out. So let's get started with that. It turns out all I had to do was take out these 2 back bolts, but if this bracket stays here, it should be fine. So now all I gotta do is just pick it up. Turns out there was a cord that was still on there. Just a little, maybe 10 mil, but should be good right there. Got that piece. Where is the wrench? Out. Got that out, and then now all I gotta do is just probably the extension, probably get a little bit better. All right, we finally got the engine out. It is a pretty big engine, but it's a 1970, late 70s, early 80s engine. So it's not the best out there. So I'm probably gonna replace it with a more modern, equal as power. Just don't want to mess with if it runs or not, which I don't doubt. It's a John Deere. John Deere's run great. A little oil everywhere. And this thing is leaking a lot of oil. So let's go ahead and get it on the table. You can see how big this engine is, but the unfortunate problem is there's a piece missing. I took it out before we started, and I'm still trying to find it, but you can see how much oil it leaked everywhere on my clothes and everything. But finally got the first task out, getting the small engine out. Even for such a big engine, it's only single cylinder, but it's still a huge single cylinder. But if this was horizontal, it would be a lot better. If this was on the bottom instead of on the side, it would be a lot better engine. But yeah, I think we've done a lot of good work. We've opened up the whole engine bay. So now this is one of the mounts. Now we can custom weld that. So I'll weld it and fabricate it to fit this other motor. And I'll go and show you the other motor before the next video. Here's the other motor. It has been on my shelf for a little bit. It's just a 212 Predator, but just a few small upgrades and it should be fine. But this John Deere's got a long way to go, and it ain't gonna do itself. So just gotta keep pushing through, and should be done. But thank you all for watching, and I'm looking forward to the next video.